Elgin is alone. Inside the diner, dust everywhere. The only sound is a clock ticking. He opens an old box, and inside it, a photograph, the same one you saw in the trailer. Here's what you need to understand about Fromville. The past isn't a memory here. The past is a blueprint for the next massacre. And Elgin just found the proof. Why does this matter so much? Because Elgin isn't some random side character anymore. Remember Season 3? His eye, torn out by Sarah during that torture scene while they were hunting for Fatima. That injury wasn't just brutal. In this show, damaged sight has always meant something. Clara lost an eye years ago, and ever since, she's been able to sense things other people can't. Patterns, anomalies, the seams in this town's reality. So when Elgin, a man who's already paid that price, finds an old photo hidden in the diner, that's not a coincidence. That diner is basically a graveyard of belongings. Everything left behind by residents who didn't make it. Which means that photo is historical evidence, proof of a previous cycle, proof that Sophia isn't who she says she is. And that's exactly why this episode is titled The Calm Before, because Elgin is about to make a move nobody saw coming. Watch this scene closely. Sophia, standing behind Clara, inside Colony House. Look at her eyes. They shift from fragile to ice cold, because Sophia doesn't need a knife. She has something worse. Words. She's planting an idea in Clara's head, turning her into a sleeper agent. Why? So that when the others go digging under that tree, Colony House is left with zero protection. And how does she do it? She doesn't threaten Clara. She asks her to play a game. Do you like games? I love them. I'm playing so many right now. That game is collecting talismans. Quietly, one by one, stripping the entire town of its only defense without anyone noticing. Now here's why Clara, specifically. Think about it. Clara's been in this show since Season 1. She survived every disaster, every massacre, every night. And because she's been background for so long, nobody watches her. Nobody questions her. She can walk through the most secure parts of this town completely invisible. That's exactly what makes her the perfect weapon. While Boyd and Jade are underground risking their lives for those bones, Sophia's plan, using Clara, isn't just stealing talismans. It's 3 moves at once. Wrecking the food and livestock to start a panic. Jamming the locks and windows at Colony House and the clinic so nothing keeps the night creatures out. And collecting every talisman left in town so there's nothing left standing between the people and the dark. This isn't a side plot. This is Sophia preparing the entire town to fall apart from the inside, while everyone's looking at the hole in the ground. Now here's the real meat of this episode. Boyd and Jade, face to face. Jade is shouting, "That tree is not a place to sit, Boyd. It's a cork, holding back something you can't even imagine." Replay that line in your head. Jade has figured it out. Pull up that tree, and you're not just opening a path, you're performing an unsealing. Boyd isn't scared of dying. He's scared of what walks out the second that door opens. This isn't some random metaphor. Think about Lost and that cosmic cork holding back hell itself. The forest is the prison. Boyd and Jade aren't heroes here. They're guards. But here's where it gets darker. This isn't just about the cork. It's about who has to be there when it opens. In the trailer, the Ankoui children, the ghosts, appear in a vision, straight at Ethan. That's not random either. Think back to Victor's own story. His mother Miranda came into this town with 2 kids, Victor and his sister Eloise. Only Victor survived. Now Tabitha's come in with 2 kids of her own, Julie and Ethan. If history repeats, and in this show, it always repeats, Ethan is the one meant to be left standing alone. So when those ghost children point at him, the implication is brutal. Maybe digging up those bones isn't something Boyd and Jade can finish with shovels and rope. Maybe it needs a child of this current cycle, physically present, in those caves. Which means Tabitha is about to face the worst decision of her life. Risk Ethan's life by bringing him underground, or walk away and leave those trapped souls buried forever, damning this whole town to repeat the cycle all over again. And here's the question that should be eating at you right now. Is Boyd a hero for trying to save his family? Or is he a failed jailer, about to unlock the one cell that should never be opened? Quick flash. The boy in white, screaming, right in Victor's face. Victor is shaking, like the entire system running this town just hit an error. This matters more than it looks. The boy in white has never behaved like this. For years he's been the silent observer, the one who watches, who occasionally helps, who keeps some kind of balance between good and evil in this town. Him breaking that silence, breaking that calm, that's not concern for Victor. That's a warning that the entire metaphysical balance is collapsing. He's not scared for Victor. He's scared of what happens when the seal finally breaks. That scream, that's not concern. That's an alarm. And Fatima, she's the living proof that something's already shifting. She's not dying. She's evolving into something new. And almost nobody's talking about this part. Remember her vitals from the clinic scene. Blood pressure, heart rate, numbers that should mean she's already dead. Black veins spreading across her skin. Christie confirmed it herself. By every medical standard, Fatima should not be alive right now. But she is. Because she's not human anymore. Not fully. Not yet, anyway. And if you connect this to where the story's heading, her bond with Smiley isn't fading. It's getting stronger. Which means when things fall apart underground, Fatima might be the one who decides who lives. Boyd and Jade, down in the pit, beneath the tree, hands on the bones. Above them, Sophia, cutting the rope, throwing every talisman she's collected straight into the tree. The episode ends with them trapped, down in that hole. But here's the twist nobody's ready for. They hear something. Outside. Not from the forest above. From the pit itself. Something ancient. Something that's been locked away for a very, very long time. And now, it's out. Here's the part that ties this whole season together, and it comes straight from the show's own mythology. Think of Fromville as an equation. Hope and fear locked in balance. The cycle survives by keeping that suffering constant. Generations ago, the original settlers wanted immortality. They got it. But the price was their humanity. They became the very monsters hunting this town every night, forever starving, forever afraid. But Jade and Tabitha are different. They're echoes of Christopher and Miranda. People who refused to take part in that original sacrifice. And because of that refusal, they came back. Reincarnated. Carrying just enough hope from those trapped children's souls to keep fighting. So if Jade and Tabitha actually pull this off, if they dig up those bones and bury them properly, the children's souls go free. And the second that happens, the town's hope collapses to zero. No anchor left. No reason for the pocket dimension to keep existing. The man in yellow starves. The creatures die with him. That's why he's not hiding in the shadows anymore. That's why he crawled into the skin of an innocent-looking girl named Sophia and walked straight into this town. This isn't a victory lap. This is panic. This is a desperate last-ditch move to stop the one thing that could actually end him for good. And there's a detail from behind the scenes that makes this even creepier. The actress playing Sophia, Julia Doyle, uses scent to separate the two halves of this character. A sweet, light perfume for innocent Sophia. A cold, woodsy scent for when the mask drops and the entity underneath takes over. She's even teased a tender moment coming in this exact episode, a quiet, emotional scene, right before everything falls apart, which tells you Sophia isn't done manipulating people, not even close. Here's why this one's different. It's not the monsters, it's the choice. Run and risk unleashing hell on the world, or stay and die locked in a cage. That moral trap is what's going to leave people stunned. And if you've been following every clue we've connected, the bones, the cork, the sleeper agent plan, the ghost children pointing at Ethan, you already feel like you've read the script before it aired. That's the point. This cliffhanger isn't just a hook. It's the reason you need episode 10. Because something just got out of that hole, and nobody knows what it is yet. 2 questions for you. First, after everything we just laid out, do you still want them to open that door? Second, what if the monsters we've been afraid of this whole time turn out to be the lesser evil? What's down there that's actually worse? Drop your theory in the comments. I want to see what you think is waiting in that hole. That's the breakdown. Subscribe to Drama Crypt, because episode 10 is about to break everything we think we know about Fromville.